What? Engine. Trust level to level 3, so I have to use like the Undy agents or the robotic flame, okay. I just reached level 34, so yeah, this is chapter 3. Here we go. Why do you give me my trials on? You know what? I'll keep it because Nekomata's here, so I'm gonna keep it. Now, I think it's either Nekomata or Soldier 11 that I'll be using for my free 300. My first choice is Soldier 11 because Nekomata is physical and Billy is also physical, even though I will get benefit from building up the anomaly. And Unit 36. Yeah. Without a dual physical, I can build out the anomaly. But I need a fire unit. A fire DPS. Ballet twins.
マジであそこから連絡を？わ、見ろよ、フォローの上。あ、バレーツインズの屋上。そっか、強制フォローが縮んだらしいけど、それで一番上だけはみ出したんだね。ってことは、ニコに来たのはあそこからのメッセージってこと？
When did you get here?
そうだとして。
Well, of course, Nicole is basically in court right now. Dealing with lawyers, have to dress up like an actual woman. She's annoying as hell. So she looks so frustrated that she has to wear a formal clothes. She looks so frustrated. Ooh.
確かに中はピカピカなのに妙に居心地悪いぞ。警戒して。
Alright.
霧が濃い。何か潜んでるかも。
It doesn't matter, bro. Holy shit. Neko, I love you so much. She is such a chat. I love the character, man.
先を急ごっか。ここにいちゃまずいかも。
The most expressive character so far.
目標フォロー。バレーツインズの内部に入ったことを確認。
バレーツインズはずいぶん前からフォローに飲み込まれているから、内部の照明器具がダメになっているようだ。探索ルートの全貌が把握できない。みんな気をつけてくれ。
電気を消してろうそくを灯す。2個みたいね。それって節約術？それとも催眠術
？I want to test it out. Yes, fight it. Thank you. Test out the unit. Test out the unit. Yo, all three of them are here. Good! All three of them are here. See, there is a way to actually put all three.
猫の手借りる。こっちだ。
猫また先に休んどけ。
了解。
俺に任せとけ。
オッケー。こっちだ。スタンバイ。
来たぜ。
私の番。オッケー。
俺に任せとけ。よっ。任せろ、俺はタクだからな。
どうぞ。
援護するぜ。
私の番。
ヒーロー。気をつけろ。前に敵がいるぜ。
Okay.
飛んできたぞ。
Okay. Okay. Okay.
みんな大丈夫かい？
油断した。まさか突進してくるなんて。
なあ、俺たち振り出しに戻ってねえか。
Mm.
変な敵はできる限り避けよう。
あ、さっきのやつはどこ？
油断は禁物だ。マスター、島内の知能化された管理端末は正常に稼働しています。島内の管理端末を起動すれば付近一帯の探索可能エリアを明らかにできます。
Okay. Initiate seminar.
おお、照明も復活したぞ。
何これ？
あいつまだいたのかよ。
照明のあるエリアを意図的に避けてるみたい。
なるほど。敵は光が怖いのか。
ならもっとたくさん端末を起動するぞ。
Okay, okay, okay. Oh shit.
猫また先に休むけ。
私の番。
来たぜ。
オッケー。ラジャー。私の番。
俺に任せて。エッジショータイム。
執行。
Disorder. Nice.
「敵が来た。左に逃げるんだ。
待って、懐中電灯があるわ。
そうか。店長、懐中電灯の光を奴に当てるんだ。
エーテル活性反応が消失しました。
本当に効いたね。けど電池の消耗も激しい。よし、敵を追い払えた。
ドアの情報を解析しました。残念ながら施錠機構。
使えるものは全部使おう。視野を広げればその分敵を見つけやすくなる。よし、敵を追い払えた。
Okay, okay, let's see. On B. 200 points. What the perfect cut. It was perfect. Stop shot though. Great. Just great.
よっしゃまた一発よ照明が復活したぞ
That's the last one.
して照明を全部つけよう今のうちに
You're doing holo events, cool. HP for all squad member, collect and store ether, dewdrop. Yeah, the difficulty spike is clearly there. And people who just doesn't want to play a story will never appreciate, will never find out, and they're missing out. I'm sorry, but they are.
やっと厄介なエリアを突破できた。
店長早く行こうぜ
Because when they think this game is just button mashing, no. No. There's more to this than that. When the devs themselves said they're slowly gonna put harder content, meaning that all this handhelding that people are complaining about, it's on purpose. Because they know 80% or 90% of their player base that they have garnered for the past 10 years are casual players. So to instantly create a hard game, they are going to drop their sale instantly. Because one, no one would trust them for having all these casual games and then suddenly making a hard game instantly, right? So no one will play it. And people who are just a fan of HoYoverse, mihoyo in general, who are so used to being casual, suddenly being handed over something that get their ass handed to them, being wiped out in the game in the first early games, they are gonna end up dropping the game. In fact, they probably even be disappointed of how the game is. So those because those are the majority, they're gonna end up being a worse backlash than just people who want harder content, because those are just the minority compared to the majority of the player base. So this handhelding thing is actually very useful. Most of the casual will actually appreciate this later down the line, even though they are also into these meta things. They are gonna be appreciating it, because this is basically making sure that you have muscle memory of the team composition you have. They're making sure that you have a muscle memory. Muscle memory is very important in fighting games. You must know what to do with each character that comes in instantly, so that you can work with their combos, and do damage. If you're just mashing buttons, you won't be able to make it. You can ask any fighting game player that plays a tag team things. They never bring a secondary or third unit in the game just to buff one unit. They all need to be on the field. They use it to utilize the on the field damage. All of them. And this game, the dev themselves has clearly stated that it's inspired by fighting game. So that's your proof right there. They are going to do it. And I already feel it. Being casual myself, I already start to feel, okay, this is getting harder and harder. And I'm not even endgame yet. I'm not even at endgame. It does get harder and harder. Yeah, we all are. We all do want some hard content, want a specific challenge. But to be truthful, if I handed to you a fighting game right now, you still play the easy mode. If I had handed to you and set the game as a hard mode, hardest difficulty on the spot, you will drop that game in an instant. No matter how fun I tell you the game is, you will drop it instantly. So yeah, you need to get used to the mechanics.
解。了解。
呼んだかい？
オッケー。じゃあオッケー。
俺に任せろ。
オッケー。
聖なる星の光を浴びろ。
ソレノイドエンジン。私の番。やったぞ。
Hey, you play on challenge mode. Yeah. You're gonna end up losing. If you're not an actual, an actual fighting game player or someone who plays Dark Souls all the time, Dark Souls or any of the Elden Ring style game.
よかった。これハサミ。誰？
お見事でした。さぞたやすい道中だったでしょうが、ここが終点です。
狼？
ここは私有地でして、来客はお断りしています。30秒でご用件をどうぞ。それ次第では。
Hey, Corin.
して皆様、ここは立ち入り禁止につき即刻言ったはずです。武器の手入れと床磨きは日々欠かさずと。
すみます。メイカさん。
エレン、勤務中ですよ。姿勢よく。
はいはい。コリンちゃん。カーリンちゃんだ。猫又様、それに調査員様。
カリン、面識が？
はい、そうなんです。フォローで迷子になっていたカリンを助けてくれた方々なんです。
なるほど。リナ、もういいでしょう。
はあ、
いつの間に。
鋭い子ですわ。一時はバレてしまうかと。
まだまだ
顔見知りなのでしたら手間が省けます。申し遅れました。私どもビクトリア
That's a pretty big pizza cutter there.
ビクトリアカス。
Chibi Himiko. Chibi Himiko.
ちょっとアンビー。正直私もカリンちゃんと会うまで知らなかったけど、言い方ってのがあるでしょ。
まあ優しい子ですわね。ですがお気遣いは不要ですわ。私たちは新エリートにおける少数の止める方々にお仕えしているんですもの。世間一般に知られていないのは道理ですわね。
私たちが貧乏だって言いたいの？まあ反論できないけど。
I'm still waiting for Wuwa to actually do something with the story, because they implemented something so damn cool that actually enticed me to actually play the game. But so far, up to 1.1, it's not really sticking. I mean, combat's good. Combat's so good. It's just the same here, but this is far more casual than Wuwa. But man, the difficulty spike is, you can call it a HP sponge, a bullet sponge, whatever, but the damage that the enemy is doing is spiking up a lot despite them not moving so much. And that ape just now, that big rock ape, when he starts charging the ground pounding thing, he pounds the ground towards you and keep bashing his way towards you. That is a 7-move combo, a 7-move hit. Yeah, see the 7-move hit. you can only parry 6 of them, yeah? You have to dodge in between.
ですよね。
I was fighting that yesterday in, I think in one of the hollows. And of course, in the hollows, the enemy got buffed up a little bit, even though I am being buffed up by the blessing that I got in the simulated universe in the hollow. But you know that one dude that usually is with that guy that disappears and fades into nothing, then appears out of nowhere and hit you from the back. That enemy causes me to lose one of my parry. While that ape was just jumping towards me, and then that dude attacks me again, where I have to parry again. While the big ape was just charging his that ground pounding thing, and of course, as soon as that happened, I had to parry every single one of that big giant attacks. And I have to parry, dodge, parry, dodge, parry, 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 dodge, dodge, dodge. By the time I press the third dodge, my dodge meter, I have run out of dodge meter and needs a cooldown. And he still has one more hit. He still has one more hit coming. And thank God the last character that I was swapping into was actually in the cold. So I have to use that hidden technique, the hidden tech that she has to make myself involved, because the guy was pushing me to a fucking wall I cannot dodge anywhere.
Yokatta. もう調査員のふりしなくてもいいんだね。実は私、プロ棋士なんだ。
なんと、あなた様がかの伝説のプロ棋士パエトーンだったとは。ここへは失踪されたご友人を探しにいらしたのですね。
ライカンさん、このビルの中に手がかりになりそうなものはなかった？早速お役に立ちたいところなのですが、当局に配布されたキャロットのデータが古く、私どももまだ島内の状況を把握しきれておりません。
リン、急に割り込んですまない。実はニコの方で少し面倒なことになっていて、ヘリポートに着いたニコから連絡があったのだけど、裁判の書類にジャトヤ全員で出廷すると書いてしまっていたらしく、ビリーたちも来るよう言われてるんだそうだ。
ってことは俺らも飛行船に乗んなきゃいけねえのか？でもよ、そしたら店長の人探しはどうなっちまうんだ？
申し訳ございません。聞き耳を立てておりました。ぶしつけながら提案をお許しいただきたいのですが。プロ棋士様。
So I'm gonna be using you guys?
行動を共にされてはいかがでしょう。あなた様は人探し。
The full housekeeping team?
私どもはフォローのデータが古いために難儀しております。ここは互いに力を合わせましょ
う。いいの？私みたいな部外者がご主人様のビルに入っちゃうことになるけど。
もちろんでございます。設備のメンテナンスを行う間、ご主人様より全ての裁量をお預かりしておりますので。ましてや伝説のプロ棋士パエトーンの名声は万人が知るところです。ご縁を紡げたとあれば、ご主人様もきっとお喜びになります。
Okay, okay.
しかしながら、まずはご友人方をお見送りされたのでしょうか。では、あなた様のご用がお済み次第、共に建物の奥へと向かいましょう。
Okay, so probably have to go outside and talk this over, maybe? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh man, listen to the music. It's making me lose my focus on the story, bro. This is worse than Honkai, in fact, actually. At least Honkai make the music memorable when it's necessary. This is so unnecessary. You're making me lose my shit. You have no idea how my hands are itching to play a guitar right now. Oh, that's so creative. That makes a picture. Damn. Okay. They're prestige. Definitely yes. Before heading to the hollows, heals need to be checked too. Okay, yeah. Master Proxy, this is like a blah, 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 blah. Sunken courtyard on the other side of the Valley Twins. Yeah, I'll probably be finally unlocking this, huh? Hang on there, Mew. There's only one spot here. So this is the place where you unlock the final weekly boss. So before all that, can I go around and check if there's any in a... That's my habit. Yeah, you see, that's a habit. We did this in Honkai. We did... Ooh, look at them. Look at them over there. Oh. This is so good. This is what I've been asking in Genshin and Honkai, in fact. Well, at least not... Have the characters there feel more relatable. Look at these guys. They're all here. So it makes sense. This is their spot. They should be here. Why is Young Ling never in the shop? Okay, I get it. She's never in the shop because she's always exploring and finding new recipes. I totally get it. But Jean is never in the office. And she's supposed to be the hardworking one. No. I don't want to accidentally trigger anything, so... Oh, look at her running. She looks like a little girl. Such a small little girl. Now you remind me of my little sister for some reason. Why? Why? Wait, is she playing this too? I'm pretty sure she's not. I think she did play Star Rail though. Yeah, I'm on HSable for now. I'm gonna finish the main story and finish it. I will probably try to open up an NA account as well. Just like in Honkai, I mean, the game is fun, so I when the game is fun, I usually open up 2-3 accounts. When the game is losing its fun, then I usually just stick to one. I know. Yeah, I don't think there is a co-op here, but there's some form of multiplayer aspect into it. They might actually implement that later down the line, because right now, again, co-op doesn't help you train your own muscle memory. This is the thing. Co-op doesn't train you muscle memory. Because the game is right now with all this handhelding. I literally say this is basically handhelding. Throughout the entire process of the story and gameplay, they are handhelding you, and which can be daunting and annoying for people who already know what they're doing, right? It's very daunting and very annoying. I totally get it. But as a casual someone who plays fighting game, I appreciate it, because most of us won't not have this muscle memories. But when the game itself is leading us to remember this, do this, keep reminding us to do that, we would actually appreciate it when the game gets harder and harder. It becomes muscle memory, and to the point where we get annoyed. And after all, I guess after we all get accustomed to the combat mechanic, then they start implementing it. Because they did say that, well, what's the whole point of having these multiplayer arcade section, right? They have the section from arcade where you can actually play against other players. But there's also an option for us to add friends, but there's no sort of co-op system. There should be one. It's probably just not the time to actually release it yet. I mean, it's Lee. It's Lee. What do you expect? The guy time gates everything, like literally everything. That's what he did in Honkai as well. Do you remember that? But at least he's someone who actually fixed things. He actually listened and fixed things. So, let's hope for that. But by the way, Arthur, at least now we know who actually made the animation for Kiana versus Vermilion Knight during the Chapter 9 release that Shoji put on his own Bilibili account. Yeah, that fighting game. Well, at least now we know who made that shit. He's the guy who animated that. Shoji took the whole thing and just put it on the official page. God damn it, Shoji. You caused so much chaos during that. It's such a dick move. Chapter 9 was released, and we all experienced Chapter 9, and then they suddenly, specifically, just put Kiana versus Hershey of the Void versus Vermilion Knight Himiko fighting game teaser in the official Bilibili. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? The wounds are still fresh and he's just rubbing the salt on it. Like, wiping it with a freaking sandpaper. He's so son of a bitch, that guy. I hate him so much, man. There's so many bullshit that he did. And the fact that he literally just rewrote Elysium Realm character story quest for the entire Penalcony is no fucking way. Such a lazy ass move to make a story. No wonder he can finish the whole thing so fast. Because he doesn't have to change anything. Just the name. What the hell, man? Yeah, just the naming and dialogue wise. That's not much of a change. And the fact that no one notices, it's so bloody. We thought he's just referencing Elysium Realm because he's the guy who wrote Elysium Realm, the script for Elysium Realm. But no, it's more than that. He literally rewrote every character story in Penalcony, just changing the gender, names, the planets, situationally vague about the situation. Well, they already tease you Elysia exists here, but it's not really Elysia, it's a different one, it's a different kind. Because they can't really make another Elysia in any of the Honkai verse. But again, this is not Honkai verse, so they can do that. They can do it here. They can put Elysia here, references, because this game, they themselves confirm that this has nothing to do with Honkai verse. Any references you see is just references. For Star Rail, everyone, Star Rail Genshin, you will not see another Elysia, because the story in Elysian Realm confirms that Elysia is a one-of-a-kind existence. So if they make a different planet who has that, that invalidates the entire arc of Elysian Realm. Well, that's why they ended the entire arc the way it ended. It doesn't have any more reason to exist anymore. Elysia got her wish, and Kevin fulfilled the promise that yes, he waited all this time. It took him 50,000 years. Well, it took him 50,000 years, but he fulfilled his promise to Elysia that yes, because of Elysia is why Kiana, May, and Bronya even have a story. Part 2, again, you cannot relate part 2 with part 1. I think that we have already mentioned in one of the stream that, in one of the interviews, that part 2 will be its own story, its own arc. It is like, it does have tie into the original, but it is its own story. It's a continuation. Well, not really a full continuation. I think it's like the past. Yeah. You can. It's just that nobody actually focus on it. Again, a lot of meta players, they are so aficionated in the word crit rate, crit damage nonsense. Because here's my mentality about meta. It's not that I am against it. It's just that I see that these people are going things the wrong way. Despite them being accurate on calculation and mathematical data that they're providing. Because see, if you are someone who plays a team-based game, a game developer who makes a game that has a team-based mechanic, under what reason would that other units that you bring that you call support, buffer, debuffers are existing on screen to do damage to the enemy? There's no point. If their purpose is just to assist, then you only need to press a single button. They don't need to be on screen. You only control one character, and that's all you do. Yeah, but that's what every game does. That's what every game does. Not just Honkai. Every game does. Wuwa is gonna do this too. Tower of Fantasy is the biggest example. Have you even tried Fate Stay Night? Fate Go series? Are you? Do you even know how many? The 0.6% for them is the most bullshit ratio ever. Yeah, for their banner. They have not fixed that. Yet, you know how many standard banner units they existed in that banner already? Yeah, you can have event banners, no problem. But if you have over 100 SSR in the standard that have already been placed in the standard, how the fuck that 0.6 to get that new character is even valid? There's no fucking way. I did mention that, yeah. I have higher hopes for the story, but I am not actually, gonna expect much, because the original author, the original writer, most of the original animator has gone their separate ways. In fact, the original musician also has already gone their separate way. So, in terms of part 1, it's like they will never achieve the hype and love, the support as they get for part 1. That is a given thing. I don't feel like I say part 2 feels a bit slow in a way, and the part 2 for Honkai Impact feels a bit slow in a way, and I felt less attached to the characters. I feel less attached to the characters because the world building and the characterization, it's probably because it's still new, it's still in the world building phase. But there's no, again, for me, to focus on the story, that someone who focus on the story and characterization for the world building, my experience, I want everything that happens on screen, any incident or any dialogue, has some form of cathartic emotions attached to it, so that it can be carried forward to the next scene, or it can be collectively collected throughout the entire process of the entire story. When a big scene happens, it means something. That catharsis drop from the whole thing creeps in as the big scene at the ending cutscene happens. That's what Honkai Impact did. Honkai Impact actually did that. Part 1 at least. Part 2, I do feel attached to certain characters, but not all of them. They feel like what people say, that more of a yap pass. Maybe because again, Wuwa target audience is not truly the casual ones, not really much of the casual ones, because people who want actions, who wants these combat experience. Yeah, Kuro games are good with that. Kuro games is actually good with that. I mean, their PGR even actually in combat terms, PGR beats Honkai Impact like 1,000 miles difference, man. But then again, for the game itself, for gameplay, for story wise, they never manage to make me stick. PGR, I did try them before they're gonna do. They were doing a revamp. I did try it. It's just that I don't feel attached to any of the characters. Again, the story feels a bit lackluster. 4 or 5 chapter in, almost 6 chapter in, and I still don't know. I still have no attachment to anything. But the combat is still good. Combat is good. It's fun. But that's not main reason for me to actually stick around. I am willing to play and lose in a fighting game when the game actually pulls me in for the characters, to the attachment. That's how I'm a casual story lover, a visual novel guy. Blaze Blue Central Fiction is a fighting game. I have less than 30% win rate, and I play around in rank. I sit around in rank where everyone is a fucking tryhard, will beat the living shit out of me, and I'm having fun losing in a game. I don't think anyone can do that. But that's just me though. And then other people will never like losing all the time. That's what I said. Yeah, sure, you like hard combat, but if I give you instantly a harder combat than what you are used to, you're still gonna start with the easy mode, no matter what. It's similar to people who just plays combat and combat style games, like FPS games, like and Elden Rings and Dark Souls. If I start giving them a visual novel, they're gonna end up boring as fuck. They're gonna feel it's boring as fuck. But if they want to venture in, we have to slowly give them. I cannot give them a story that's super slow pacing. I cannot give them a story super slow pacing. I have to give them something fast. There are fast storytelling in visual novels. Then they'll be interested to know what's going on. If I give them something like Clannad, I give them something like Air to start off as a visual novel first game to try, they will say it's the most boring game ever. Visual novel sucks. That's what they're gonna say, because they don't know when the actual good thing's going to happen. It was never given to them. And this is the same thing. It goes vice versa. Yeah, you love the challenge, you love the stuff. Yeah, that's why this Zenless is made the way it is. I understood why the handhelding happened, because I'm a casual who started playing fighting game, and then why I ended up playing it for 5 years. But it took me 5 years to have any sort of understanding of the mechanic, and not just an understanding mechanic, understanding the fundamentals of each character, which is different for everyone, even though all of them are using the same input, doing the same thing, just different animation. but still, I understood this handhelding thing is actually something that a casual would definitely appreciate, because as the game gets harder and harder, yeah, like for example, like games like Kuro games, like Wuthering Wave. Wuthering Wave is start off right off the bat, immediately getting a slightly harder than a normal casual game. You can clearly tell that it's not made for casual. You can clearly tell it. But if a casual player start playing that, they start to feel that this game is a bit too hard to do, and they end up dropping it. They will end up dropping it. You can ask anyone who dropped WoW that doesn't play Zenless, that doesn't play Genshin. It's because that reason. The game feels a bit harder to play. It's just not for me. That's what they were gonna say. Because the game does not teach you, does not guide you. And they have to rely on guide makers. And guide makers are only gonna confuse the living hell out of people who never play hard content before. Meta players are only gonna confuse them. There's no way. Like if you watch the round table dev talk that they have with the Street Fighter development, the Street Fighter the developers mentioned that it is hard for any fighting game genre, any game development, to attract newcomers, because their game are hard from the get-go. Their games are hard from the get-go. That's why lots of their newer version of their games have some form of lots of tutorials, lots of basic maneuvers, that they make new characters that started off super easy to do and do flashy things, and the inputs are easy to understand. The complexity of the game itself, the fun of the game itself, the fighting game players can tell you that. Because it was never meant for hardcore gamer. Genshin, I tell you that the day one? No, this game was just not meant for you. Right, the game, I did mention this the first time, the marketing 101. The game was made for casuals, for people who loves lore, and that's what make Chai is anyway. And that's why they never really put any end game in the first place, because their target audience, again, people complaining about the thing that was not made for them, is just entitled, and not realizing that not everything was just supposed to be made for you. Not everything has to be made for you. And a game developer or any content creator, in a way, they make things because they want to make it, not because you want them to make it. If they start doing that, they are going to end up stressing themselves. If you look at it in the perspective of a content creator, a streamer, when you started streaming, when those people started streaming because they love it, and you compare to someone that started doing the streams and this content creation because they need money, those that follows the audience, those that doing it for the love and fun, usually the love and fun lasts longer and has less complaint. They have less stress and they have more fun doing it. And you seem so inspiring at times, compared to those people who are doing this meta, always on meta stuff, always on the hardcore mode. They end up having so much stress, arguing with each other sometimes. It's a given thing. When you turn something that you're passionate with into an obligation, then the whole passion start to chip out. It's a given thing. It's a normal thing for human being. The passion starts to die out, and then there's nothing left but stress and tired. And you're only going to be depressed if you keep on doing it. You lose the love that you have for whatever you were doing. But if you started with passion and keep doing it only for passion, yeah, the fame fortune will start coming to you no matter what. It will come to you. And you will not even notice that it took so long to actually get there. You will not even notice it because you won't feel it, because you were doing it every day. You didn't see it. But someone who was doing it for money, out of, okay, I want to make money, I want to be a content creator, I want to be a streamer, they're going to be so stressed out knowing that, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. They're gonna be so tired, and they're gonna get the burnout from just doing that because they're now doing it for obligation. There's no passion in it. When they are passionate about it, the passion starts to chip away because now it's an obligation. If this is a real given thing. So we can't really blame someone. Again, my point was like, when a game developer made something that is not meant for you, so your complaints, it's actually irrelevant. No matter how legit, no matter how factual it is, it's technically irrelevant. Because why would anyone listen to someone that was not even the person they want to talk to? Right? Helen, I've seen you multiple times. Wanna talk? Is someone gloomy? The heck? Right, buddy. Hey, welcome, Aram. Okay. You cannot compare the controller because it doesn't have a brand, right? You just find any I wanna see if I can press it. Hang on. I can search this for you because it's in my folder. Wait, press this. Oh wait, okay. SDC. SCD. No. CD. Okay. You search for this term, right? You go search for this term. You have a PS2. Yeah, it doesn't matter. PS1, PS2, Xbox, I don't care. Even Nintendo. Search for this. SCPEOY. Search for this, install this drive. It's a driver that you can install, and it will show you how to install and what controller you're using, and there you go. That's what I'm using. It's just a one-time thing. It's a one-time thing. You don't have to even activate it. You can put it in the back. You can turn off the background system. You can turn off background system if it has one, because once you install it, it should detect your controller. There's a method of there's a step to follow. You follow the step of how to install it. That's it. Yeah, search for that. I know it doesn't detect. Okay, immediately I know what the problem is. Yeah, the driver was. I have this driver for like what, 5 years now. I haven't updated anything. It's just a one-time thing. Unless you format your PC, yeah. You're not gonna need anything. Even this is not even the first controller that I plug in. I broken a few before this, and I have not reinstalled anything. Oh yes, there is. There's a cheap copy of a PS2 USB. There's an adapter for it as well. There is an adapter for a USB. You can use an original one. But the adapter is pretty heavy though, because you know PS2 the socket port is kind of like hefty and bulky, so the adapter itself became big. So you have to use a USB hub instead of actually plugging it directly to your USB. Yeah, I do that too. Trust me. This controller has already lost one of its, well, not really lose, it's already defected in one of the triggers. and the forward button. The forward button sometimes my character start moving and walking on its own, walking forward slowly. And I already did the cleanup already. I opened up the whole thing, checked everything out, and put it back in together again. Yeah, I do a small maintenance itself because I'm used to that. Stick drifting, yes, the stick's already drifting. And one of the trigger button, I think the left trigger, when I'm not even pressing it, sometimes it presses itself. Sometimes it just moves on its own. It just touches itself. It's playing with itself. I know the stick drifting problem usually is because of the small lint or any dust particles happening inside, and I usually clean that up. I already did that, and it's still happening. That means the calibration is completely off now. The calibration is completely off. It has nothing to do with any dust anymore. It's still happening. So yeah, the calibration's out. This thing needs to be replaced sooner or later. Yeah, mine is not even a PS2. This is a knockoff Xbox that's tried to follow not Xbox that tries to. It has the Xbox controller feel, shape, but every button looks like a PS2, PS1, PS3. Yeah, buttons look like PS3. And I love using controller in this kind of game. Yeah, mine's also off-brand. So I bought myself another one, and this one, what was this thing? I think this is Fantech, is it? Yeah, I think this is Fantech. Yeah, this is Fantech. And it's been very long. It's so long. It lasted so long, much longer than the other off-brand that I brought. That has no label whatsoever. This one, the brand is already chipping away. It's still there because it is actually RGB. There's a small RGB color. I can see the N and the T, but everything else is just blurred out already because it's gone. That's a majority of us broke every X and A button. X and A button usually are the X and A button for every Xbox, man. that happens to all of us. The X and A button usually are the one that takes the most damage in every game. Which is why in BlazBlue I swapped the whole thing. I swapped the system so that I do things differently. So that now everything, but again, even in BlazBlue, sometimes my left trigger actually triggers something, because the left trigger for my BlazBlue is actually the cancel button. Once the meter is there, cancel button happens all the time. Sometimes it just happens on its own. I didn't ever have to do it, but it looks cool for me. For the opponent, it looks intimidating. Ooh, this guy knows how to cancel thing. But no, apparently I didn't even plan on doing that. It just happened because the controller is broken. I look like I'm a pro when I play it, when I do that. When that happened, I look like a fucking pro. But the truth is, I don't. I didn't press it. It just happens. I was just mashing buttons, the mashing button, and suddenly that particular button that I wasn't even pressing simply just triggers on its own. Ba-da-bum. Okay, so let's chat. Oh, Corinne. You said you're gonna. Yeah, you just make that assumption. That's kind of true, but we could have said something, but it's just. There's a lot of reasons. Sure. Get to know the characters, but these characters feel more alive. You know, they feel more. They feel more connected than Genshin or even Star Rail to be at some degree. Star Rail is doing a little bit of this, but not as consistent. This is very consistent. The fact that they have a different animation for specific team composition and different taglines switching in, switching out when they are in the same team, and they actually call them each other by name. That much effort put inside a what you call this, a mashing buttons game, and it's more to it than that, man. It's more to it than that. Yeah, Corinne. Okay, no problem. Alexandrina Sebastian. Alex? Okay, Alex. Ballerina. How'd you know? What do you mean? What do you mean? Vanilla? Vanilla? I don't mind if I do. Yeah, she's basically a Ponya. She's basically a Ponya. She just reads people's mind. Knowing the future. You know, predicting their, removing assets. Dude. Wait. 2 huge assets? 2 huge assets? You can read minds and, well, not really reading mind reading, basically predicting human behaviors. Sitting at the sideline, being in the background, and collecting all the sins of humanity. That's Aponia. Wait, am I talking about Aponia or am I talking about Black Swan? Basically, those two are doing exactly the same fucking thing. No one noticed that, huh? Oh my god. I hate so that's such a lazy rating. When I thought it was just references, man.
リン、ビクトリア火星の人たちとは会えたかい？
バッチリ。挨拶もしたし、イヤスの点検だって終わらせた。
Yes, two huge assets.
どうやらビクトリア火星の人たちとは仲良くなれたようだね。
It's a set, right? It's a set
ともかくに、
of ass.
早く帰っておいて。準備ができたらすぐフォローに入ってレインを探そう。
Okay. Is there anything else here, or is this only one spot? Nothing here. Brenda. So there is a task here. So Brenda is here. Like 2, 3 civilians here. Basically, outsiders. Kaibara. Okay, not Hayabara. Mark. All right. There's another civilian here. That means there'll be another bang boo, stupid. Bang boo, stupid quest. Yeah. Oh, this is so retro, bro. I love it. Yeah, this is so good. I'm sorry.
アンビーたちったら遅いわね。こんな時に何かあってみなさい。マスコミにあることないこと書かれちゃうんだから。
おっと出てきました。視聴者の皆様、本件の被告人チャールズ・パーナー氏が当局の監視のもとヘリポートに到着しました。重罪に問われている同志ではありますが、驚くべきことにその表情からは落ち着きが感じられます。
バカタレットもめ。お前らが本当に驚くことになるのはこれからだ。
お願いを聞いてあげるわ。具体的な指示は登場日、スーツケースに入れておくから。読むのは離陸した2時間後。指示通りに動けば、うちの人間が新エリートから逃がしてあげる。
おい、私が法廷で着るスーツだが、スーツケースは届いてるか？ここにある。よしよし、それをよこせ。
だるまのおっさん、あんたはもうすぐ完全に終わるのよ。この後に及んでどうしてまだ威張ってられるわけ？
お前はこの都市の恐ろしさをまだ知らないようだな。
首洗って待ってなさい。何を企んでるのか知らないけど、法廷じゃ容赦しないんだから。
おーやば
よかった、やっと来たわね。疲れた。あんなに走ったのに、なんでビリーはちっともバテてないの？
Yeah, it runs on fuel, bro. The guy is.
こないだ呼吸モジュールを新調した時、
Yeah, because I just leveled you up. Fuck you. Underrated Japanese. Yeah. And that's what mihoyo always do. They manage to find the most insane talent. Insane talents. And to make what they want to make. Where do you think they find people who draw this thing? Alright, Arthur. Have a good lunch, man. I'll see you in a minute. Mainstream ones, exactly, because they need the boost. They need the boost from the Japanese. Because their game, Gungo Z, blew up in Japanese. That's what gave them the money to make Honkai. That's what started them to actually start doing Honkai. And when Honkai also started having his fame because of the Japanese voice actor, they got money from Japanese as well, and Korean. Because we're using a massive name. Dude, Mayashiro Miyuki is no joke. That bitch is no joke. Why didn't Maze VA? That bitch is no joke. Her portfolio is way thicker than anybody, all MA VAs that you can find. She has so much reputation in the voice acting community. In fact, what you call the underrated VAs became VA because of her. Because there's so many. There's so many though. You look at her record of voice acting. She does voice for television, radio, advertisement, like literally everything. And she's so good at it that she doesn't really have to be attached to anime. Her name would be probably in one of your favorite animes. If not the main cast or subcast, the Raiden Mace voice actor, the Japanese VA, Miyashiro Miyuki. Her portfolio is way too big. That is the one character that blew their name up. That's why Raiden May was so damn popular compared to the main character Kiana. Because that VA is deadly as hell. Her voice would probably be in all the anime you ever watched. I realized this only when after founding mihoyo, that I was a fan of Lisa's voice actor since the very beginning, because most of the characters that I play in the fighting game that I tried, and the anime that I watched, the characters that I like, are actually her voice. I didn't even realize it, including Blaze Blue. I was maining Nine the Phantom, and guess who's the voice of Nine the Phantom? Lisa. And who voices Lisa in Honkai Impact? Fucking Himiko. It's the same person. She has so many of them. And she has so much range too, that she literally can voice a child somewhere and you will not even notice it. So they needed the boost. So yeah, since Genshin came out, they did not expect Genshin to blow up. That's a given. That's something that you cannot just say, yeah, they planned that. No, they don't. They didn't plan that. But yeah, they're glad it happened. But in order to save money, it's a lot easier to hire the people that is already familiar with your work than just hiring someone new, because the new person will probably not even know who you are. Okay. Thank you. This is basically storytelling, an anime, similar to Honkai Impact. An anime. You are not anybody in this game. You're just someone who plays the game. The main character is not you. They have their own identity, their own personality, and you just happen to be one picking the choices. It's a bit different than 90% of the gacha games that we have, which everyone is the main protagonist. Everyone playing it is the main protagonist. And this is the way different. Honkai Impact does the same thing, actually. We are the captain of the Hyperion. We're not Kiana, we're not Raiden Mei. So, hey, this is the OG captain. How are you doing, Captain? FGO. I don't want to. Hey, I'm glad I walk out of that shithole, okay? I'm glad I walk out of that shithole, bro. Okay,
Shower time. Hey, Chief, welcome to the stream.
You're in for a little shock.
Guys.
Yep. There goes my internet as usual. When that happens.
Don't forget to check Chief out.
Yeah. Why?
You're in for a little shock.
Oh, playing FGO 2024. If you're just starting off, I suggest leave the game. My suggestion, personal experience, leave the game. Seriously, just leave the game. It's not that the community is bad, not the game is bad. No, it's fun. It's actually fun. The story, love it. Even though it's just a repetition of the same story in the previous one, the previous event and stuff. But they're all good. It is worth the while. That's the thing. But as a gacha game, just leave it, man. Leave. Just leave. You do not want to mess around there. You do not want to mess around with them. They never fix the goddamn gacha rate, man. Having almost 100 standard banner unit, and then you make a special event there. How? What? Is there even a pity? What is pity? No, what's a fucking pity? Man, that's so scummy in a way.
Okay. 面倒をかけちゃうかもだけど、よろしくね、ライカンさん。
とんでもございません。大切なお客様なのですから。あなた様の願いが私の使命です。一刻も早くレイン様の足取りをつかみ、あなた様とご友人がの通信を。
330 and you call that PT? What the fuck is that? And still at 0.6, isn't it? It still make no difference. It doesn't make any difference with that amount. What are you talking about? What is that? That's not even a PT. That's fuck me. That's not. They have so many older unit that they put all of SSR into the standard banner. What when you think that 0.6% will make that a pity? That's not how. That's just it doesn't add up. Why? It doesn't make sense. That is the only gripe I have with that game. Dude, I'm glad I didn't have an iPhone to play it now. the one time I actually started playing it because I was fixing my phone. I sent it to the shop, so I don't have any extra phone, so they gave me an iPhone to try out. So as a temporary, because it took a little bit too long for them to fix the whole thing. Yeah, maybe restarting will probably help, and make sure everything is plugged in. Well, still plugged in. Did you already follow every steps, right? Yeah, it's kind of a bit confusing. That's why I can't even explain how to do it because it has to be done on screen and stuff. But yeah, you just follow the step for properly, and then probably a restart would help. Because I did that once or twice too. It does happen to me once in a while. But once it's done, once it's completed, once it's detected, it's done. You don't have to. In fact, you can unplug your stuff. You can unplug it and plug it again, and it's just there. And even though when I change it to a new one, plug it in, and it still detects it as the old one. It will still function. It's so good. And there are times that you have to literally go to the one section. What was it? The section of the installation section, uninstall and reinstall it again because I think because of Windows. I think back then I was using Windows 7 because of Windows 7's patch update kind of messed it up. But I don't know about Windows 10. But Windows 10 maybe you probably need just a reset. And most of your Steam game, you should set it as that controller. Yeah, no problem, bro.
案内は私に任せて。それじゃあ出発。
御意に。
The best option for me.
2回目とはいえ、相変わらずいい気分はしないな。前のように照明の方へ進んでいこう。出発しましょう、プロキシ様。
Oh my god, you sound so weird.
やはりまた彼らに出くわしたか。
ご心配なく。落ち着いて照明へと。
Yes, I got Ellen.
照明設備は間もなくでございます。
No, I don't pull for weapon because my target is actually to lose the 50-50. I wanted to confirm. I wanted to confirm my next banner. Again, I can make do with the standard banner unit. Go back. Go back. Nothing there. Just to make sure. Wow. How many do I have to go through there? Okay, here's the thing about this TV. I understand it, but that small dialogue box that pop up should just be an entire page or that character's still image popping up from the left to right with the dialogue itself. It's a lot more engaging that way because right now I'm hearing what they're saying, but I can't see what they're saying because I had to focus on where I'm going. Yeah, it's a lot easier with just, simple pop-up with the entire image or just the head, the big head. Make it as big as the screen that screen that we usually see, the option screen when we're picking something. Make it just that size with the small dialogue that they're saying. At least we can now pay attention. We can look into from the corner of our eyes. The TV, I don't mind this at all. I really don't mind. I fully understand why they started implementing it after starting the storyline, reaching here. Okay, I fully understand why they don't want to remove it. They still want to put it in here. I totally get it. But it is not engaging enough. It is not engaging enough for a story. It's not engaging enough because you're hearing there are dialogues happening, but you cannot see anything. So the least thing that they can do is put the character's face in like one of the options, right? When you put an option opening up a box or opening up a set of picking up a resolution, a store, the one on the right, the big yellow box on the right, at least make it that big and the dialogue stack with them. They have the pop-up already. It's still searching. Did you just shut down the whole thing when it's still searching? You should just wait. I never do that. Ugh, that's scary as hell. Unless you're on a virtual machine, man. Don't. That's dangerous. Yeah, did you install all the Xbox One as well? Because I that's what I did. I just installed everything. The Xbox, PS2, PS3, even the Nintendo one. Cause ow! I pressed the wrong thing. Is there a way for me to go? How do I get there? Do I really have to kick this in?
来感。
あとは私に任せなさい。
いや。
Yeah, this guy's fast. Press the spot boy. Press the spot boy.
承知しました。
いってらっしゃい。交換の時間ですね。それ。隠れて。任せて来館。
準備完了。
ただいま。
私に任せ。かしこまりました。
交代の時間ですね。
Basically a Ponya.
渡していいでしょうか。
Basically a Ponya. She's so a Ponya. The gameplay is no different than all a Ponya.
急に明かりが点滅しだしたよ。なぜだ。
開いたね。だるかったけど。
お金持ちにとってはこの煩わしさもこだわりなんだろ
う。だから
また来たか。
やはり触れるべきではありませんね。
リン、頑張れ。もうちょっとだ。
Oh.
みんな、
Wow.
危ない。
マスター、ビルのセキュリティアクセスを検出。少々お待ちください。アクセス進捗 30%。赤外線カメラの視界と同期。アクセス進捗 60%。カメラのフラッシュを強制起動。
カメラのフラッシュとは考えたな。効果てきめんだ。フェアリー、巻きで頼む。
アクセス進捗 100%。システムを完全に掌握しました。
赤外線カメラだと周囲がはっきり見えるな。
この新機能を監視モードと呼称してはいかがでしょう。このモード中はカメラを通して視界を動かせます。視界の移動中はフラッシュで敵を追い払うこともできます。
助かるよフェアリー。リン、動いてみよう。消えた。なんて便利な機能なんだ。まだ別のドアがあるのか。これで調査に向かえるよ。
Yeah, see? This panel here, they could just make the dialogue like this with the character's face, just the head or the face and expression right here. And it'll be far more engaging during the entire thing. So we don't feel disconnected from the main storyline, because the small text and the small face, that is too small, and the position is way too oblivious, way too far for the eye to see. With such a big screen, that is the smallest thing to look at. Yeah, you don't have to be this big.
たらした我々に感謝を表し、道中にて便宜を図ってくださる模様です。推察した通りでございましたね。
これで先に進める。
暗視モードからの復帰プログラムをロード中。 99%、100%、プログラムのロード。
まずイアスに戻ろう。これからはいつでも使えるからね。暗視モードの出番だ。また点滅が起きているな。
That's all you know. Wow, that I don't really know about that, but usually it's still detecting it. But it is detecting it, right? So that's then probably some maybe some collision with some other application maybe. Do you have a oh, hang on. Windows 10. You're using Windows 10 or 11, right? I'm not sure about that, but Windows 10, because right now it's input problem. Okay, I guess it's input problem. Probably that. Windows 10. Yeah, Windows 10 it shouldn't have a problem because that's why I recommended you that because I am using it now. I didn't even search the. I know you can. I know you know that I cannot open another browser to look for it. It's inside my. I just press my Windows key and just type SCP. Yeah, I just need to know the full name. I know this FCP something. That's what it is. Because I am using it. It's installed and I don't even remember what folder I put it on. It's the one thing that helped me through all the controllers. Yeah, just pay for it. No heck is what the oh come on. Do I really have to fight this thing, huh? I still have to fight this. Okay.
皆様、戦闘時はビルの設備を傷つけないよう留意してください。
それはきっとカリンに言ってるんですよね。あらあら、考えすぎね、カリンちゃん。ああ言っているけど、別にお給料を減らされたりはしないわ。カリンが心配してるのはそれではなくて。はい。ただいま。カリンちゃん、変わりましょう。任せてライカン。いや。私頑張ります。
Okay. Such a huge space, but there's nothing in here.
かしこまりました。
おゆき。
あとは私に任せなさい。
私でいいでしょうか。ま
プを受け入れます。止めてもらいます。えい。
一切の障害を相当いたします。
Press the wrong button.
何なりと
最大出力。
汚れを排除します。
Yeah, I installed almost everything. The PS2, the PS1, just to be sure, you know, because it's only installing drivers.
支援いたします。よくやりましたね。支援します。
Because I only installed because basically it's just installing driver, and of course the whole thing is going to try to detect what driver you have.
僕が進路を測定するから、君たちはしばらく休んでいてくれ。
Whether you have the controller or not.
また明かりが点滅した。
You can uninstall it using that thing too. You can uninstall it afterwards too. It's just for the Xbox or the Microsoft system to recognize the USB that you're using.
やっぱあの噂本当だったり。
Yuasa?
え？噂ってどんな？なんだ聞いたことないの？
聞いてない。何？
あ、これ言っちゃダメだった？ボスがブリーフィングでよこしたやつ長すぎて読んでないから。でもリナがいるんだしよくない？もしプロ騎士が知りすぎちゃってもさ、パパッと勝たしてくれるって。
どういう意味？
勝たしてって何？
エレン、カリンちゃん、お客様にビクトリア火星のお仕事を誤解させてしまうでしょう。ガイド様、私から改めて説明させてくださいまし。このバレーツインズで最近心霊現象が起こるという噂はご存知でしょうか？
This building is where the trailer for Alexandrina. I don't think I have.
聞いたことないかも。実はバレーツインズがホローに飲み込まれた時、有名な舞踏家の姉妹がこの場所で命を落としてしまわれたのです。以来、姉妹の怨霊はバレーツインズの主となり、
The best way and safest way for you to actually stop a searching that took forever is to just control, shift, escape, and look for that SCP program and just end the process. That way it's a lot safer. So Windows will just cancel whatever they're doing and stop. Instead of the exiting the program, close program, force processing the program. Control shift escape, yeah, control shift escape.
そこで表向きには設備のメンテナンスとしつつ、真相の究明を私たちに命じられたのです。そんな事情が、まあ確かに初対面で言えることじゃないかもね。
So the ballet twins, so he was the ballerina dancers.
ですが、先ほどの状況を鑑みるに、停電に関しては本当なのかもしれません。これは新たなリスクになり得ます。ビート A と通じるアトリウムの入り口には防火シャッターが設けられており、
I see.
仕組みになっているのです。ご友人を捜索する上で経路が遮断される事態は極力避けたいところ。一刻の猶予もございません。先を急ぎましょう。
暗視モードの出番だ。
あの辺りは照明がついてますね。よかった。
けれどアトリウムまではまだ距離がある。照明はそこまで持ってくれるだろうか。
停電したら超めんどいよ。急ごう。
また照明が。
頑張ってくださいまし。もうすぐそこですわ。
点熱の間隔が短くなっている。
プロ騎士様、もう一息でございます。
Just in case. Okay, here we go. Alright, his last boss.
皆様、すぐにアトリウムです。即戦即決で参りましょう。
Yeah, the end process then end the process.
みんな、少し休んでください。あとは私に任せなさい。
Then end the process with your task manager. End process and then end process and uninstall it.
避けてください。お使いいたします。
任せてライカン。
It's a lot safer to end process with task manager.
頻繁に急ぎましょう。
ガイド様、お守りしますわ。
Yeah, you can. Then you just don't have to do that one because it's probably colliding with your game, the game bar, Microsoft game bar. The driver might be colliding with the Microsoft game bar. Damn.
ガイド様、お怪我は？
アトリウムはすぐそこだよ。
しまった。
Man.
一歩遅かったようです。シャッターは閉じてしまいました。
Damn.
そんな、あと一歩でしたのに。
カリンちゃん、お顔を上げて。 どんな時もお客様を安心させるのがメイドの責務でしょ。誰かシャッターの開け方知ってる人
？No, para mis menos si somos si dentro de un gusto de examen. Okay.
リナ、そんな面倒いことしなくていいって。鉄でできてるからまあまあ頑丈だけどさ、私とカリンちゃんなら穴開けるくらい余裕だ。
ニャンニャンニャンニャンニャンニャンニャンニャン。
待って、二人の腕はもちろん信じてるけど、今はうかつに動かない方がいいんじゃない？
皇帝、賢明な判断です。マスター、アトリウムは2頭をつなぐ唯一の実体ある構造物ですが、フォローの影響下のため不安定な状態にあります。ひとたび強烈な衝撃を受ければ局所的な構造変化を生じさせてしまう可能性があります。
プロ騎士様、確認してみたところ、手動でシャッターを動かせる装置は渡り廊下の向こう側に設置されておりました。誠に遺憾ながら現時点でここを通る術はございません。ここは一度離脱し休息を取りましょう。ビクトリア火星は必ずや停電の原因を究明し、ここを通る方法を見つけてご覧に入れます。
So there's another route that I have to go. This will take me to 35 instantly. Okay, okay. No, that's not it. Anything happening in the Victoria housekeeping? I suddenly started ordering. Okay, as soon as I finish. Yeah, just add in any new memory board. And there you go. The Leda agent story. Okay, that's another story quest that I need to open up. Okay, I just need to finish this main story quest first before I go to that one. Scarlet Noble. Soldier 11's favorite ring. That was weird. Checking out Twitter before you sleep, like what the fuck, man? I didn't do that. I mean, probably kids nowadays do it all the time, but I don't do this thing. Need to go 36. Oh, so that's what the story for. Victoria housekeeping, huh? Oh, it's so cute. It's all about him and his sister. That is so cute. It's just him and the sister, while we put everything else in there but him. Okay, so now I need to level up my internet level. So to go to the next one, I need to open up these. Meaning that I can look at the schedule. How do I force myself to get more internet level?